Good start for our team. You know, really happy for our players. I think you can see the excitement that we had really all the way through the roster, and it's really kind of the way you want an opening game to go. We had to work a little bit in the first 10 minutes and make a few plays, but I thought in the mid part of the first half we did some good things of defending the three, attacked the basket, got to the free throw line. I thought Eli really helped us playing coming off the bench. I thought he played well, was active, not just his baskets, but I thought he got his hands on a few balls and knocked some things loose, which was good. And you know, it's always really good when you get to play a lot of kids and they play well and make a basket or two. It kind of settles the freshmen in, you hope, and now we can move on and start to get a little bit better, kind of improve our turnovers. But beyond that, I thought our defense was pretty good and just a good start.
Coach, the bench looked maybe a little different tonight than it did last season, just from an energy standpoint. Those guys seem to really.
Yeah, I just, you know, we're not as talented with when we were bringing Marquise and some of those guys, Eli, sometimes off the bench. Those guys were certainly more experienced, talented players, but I do think our young guys do play with energy. Amir rebounded well in the first half. AJ is a high energy guy that runs around and you know, has the ability to get a shot off and create some things. I thought he did well, and so that was really good to see. Scott came in the second half, made a couple nice plays, and you know, our older guys did fine. It was good to see Dante. I thought he was, you know, his rebounding had 5 defensive rebounds at halftime. You know, would have had a chance for a double-double if we would have left him out there. That was really good. He took it to the basket, had a nice mix, and you know, we just were a little careless with some turnovers, but beyond that, a very solid performance.
Coach, Eli didn't start tonight. I'm guessing that was an attempt to avoid some cheap early fouls.
Yeah, he also missed. He missed a practice. We had something that was happening, and he missed a practice, so no big deal. But he just came off the bench and played well.
With losing David, how much does that hurt you? Obviously, you didn't miss him tonight, but defensively, how much
does
that hurt you?
and just an older, bigger body that's experienced and kind of isn't going to make some mistakes that a lot of people aren't going to notice. He's always, you know, 9 times out of 10 he's going to be in the right position. 9 times out of 10 he's going to make the right play. He's one of those guys that'll score 4 points and grab 3 rebounds and have 2 assists, but he'll play 16, 18 minutes and he'll have an impact on the game that's beyond the stats because he's just a good player. Like, he's just one of those guys that you can play with a lot of different people, and he physically is an ACC level athlete. Like, he's, you know, some of our young freshmen aren't quite there yet. They're getting there, but they're not quite there in terms of being able to take it all in. He's that kind of guy that can physically handle the up and down nature. You even saw, I mean, our freshmen were like huffing and puffing because, you know, some of it's just anxiety, and they're so excited to be out there that their heart's beating through their chest, and, you know, they just want to do so well, and in 90 seconds running up down 3 times, they're exhausted. They just have no, you know, sustainability, and that's part of it too, is being an older player that can sustain really playing as hard as you need to play. And that's the biggest difference for young guys, is how hard they have to play on every possession or they're going to get exposed.
Brad, how good was it for you to see in the first game your team close out the first half the way they did?
It was really good, and you know, when we talked about that, and we talked about playing well out of the gate, we did okay. But it was a nice way to play. I thought we played very well late. You know, one of the big things was we had them in the bonus because our defense, we got stops, we got out in transition, we got a lot of transition attacks where we got fouled. You know, there were a couple times we had baskets taken away or whatever, we had to take the ball out of bounds, but it got us in the bonus right away, and so we played, you know, bonus free throw basketball for a good part of the end of the half, and we didn't commit our 7th foul until 2 or 3 minutes to go in the half. And so we were, you know, those are little things that, you know, we try to really work on and coach, and we usually are a team that plays pretty hard, that doesn't foul a lot, because we don't want to give teams a lot of free throws. And I thought we showed pretty good discipline tonight, being disruptive enough defensively without fouling.
Dante was 3 for 3 from 3 tonight. You know, obviously it does a lot of other things as well, but we've seen this from him before, have really good games and go up and down. Have you seen more consistency in his shooting at practice?
Yeah, I think he's shooting the ball well. I think, you know, he's putting in good time. He's, you know, he was the first one been doing morning shoot around. So we were in here 7:15, and Dante was, you know, I got in here before 7, and Dante was already in here getting shots up. And, you know, I think you see that from older players that realize it's, you know, extremely important, and their sense of urgency is really high. Gabe's in the gym a lot, getting shots extra on their own. You know, you got to put in the time to get the reps, and those guys certainly are doing that.